And in conversations that we've had, as we first started talking, Mr. Bailey, a couple of years ago, he was excited that, again, Janice had this idea, and we just kind of brought it to fruition, and had a great time of pulling band members together, putting together band, trying to help out the band, inspire the band, and at the same time helping out the school. Because y'all know that pretty much the band was the school, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that happened when we first started doing this was that from a financial standpoint, we were able to entice people to come to the game, which packed out the stands, which then sold out the concession stand, which from a financial standpoint was good. At the same time, it was inspiring for the young folks to see us coming back. We want to continue to do things like that, and the adults. One of the things that we definitely want to think about, and just in conversation with me and Mr. Freeman and Mr. Churchwell at the same time, and Janice, as we talked a couple of years ago when we wanted to do it again and we didn't have a lot of commitment to do it, was this thing was bigger than just coming and trying to relive Friday Night Lights. With everything that's going on in the world right now, and people talking about Black Lives Matter and things like that, we have some people that we truly can impact from a mentorship standpoint and even from a financial standpoint. And what better way to impact those people than to do it in the thing that we love. Mm-hmm. This was the thing, for some people they'll tell you, music was my life. If I didn't have this, I probably would have been out, messed up, kicked out of school or whatever the case was, just because of the discipline that we got and the discipline that band is. Having to learn music and having to concentrate and having to focus, it's almost like karate, because that's why a lot of people go and do it, Mm-hmm. But that's what I believe this has done for me. All my kids have marched in the bands, well, not marched, but played in bands. My daughter, I shared this with these two guys, my daughter is drum major at East this year. Wow. And that's who we're playing against in homecoming.
Legacy.
So when I told her that, she was like, East is not a Big Ten band. They're a show band, but they're not a Big Ten band. They're core style marching, contemporary music playing, but nothing to the caliber of White's Creek and Big Ten marching, right? So I didn't say anything. I just said, baby, I'll teach you what I can teach you. And so, we'll have some fun with that. But most of all is trying to get everyone together. There's two initiatives that we want to talk about today to get started. The first one we'll do, since Mr. Church was here for a brief period of time. If you don't know, last year, Dr. Bailey got it set up where this music wing has been dedicated in Mr. Churchwell's honor, right? The track was dedicated to Coach Sam Smith, so that track is now known as Coach Sam Smith track, right? So this past May, they had dedication ceremony for Coach Smith, brought a lot of the track players back, or track runners back, and had a big ceremony. They've added a couple of lanes to the track so it can become competitive, so they can make, money. He still, runs the Tiger Bells, and, instead of going to MBA trying to run meets, they can do that here. Well, at the same time, Mr. Freeman is doing a fantastic job of growing the band. When he first got here, what, 7 kids. Yep. And now if you see them, if you came out last week or you saw in the news last week or the newspapers, it was what, 30 kids last week? Yeah, 30 kids that were marching, playing. And to come out in May, what did I say, May? It was July, June, end of June. To be out here and playing, had their uniforms on, and had a big impact on the new superintendent of schools. So much so that he's going to be coming back for homecoming. He wants to see this band. He wants to be a part of this school, right? And we're gonna make sure he got a shirt. He's gonna represent when he goes. We're gonna set him up right. All right. So with that being said, the first initiative we're going to talk about, and I'm going to let Benita drive this piece. We're working with the school alumni team in how we help enhance the school, but we want to make sure that we focus on Mr. Churchwell and the band and the celebration. So I'm going to ask Benita to come up and walk us through that.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry. Good morning. Good morning. I've been working with the alumni committee we have a committee, I know you guys, and we're working on, we did the Coach Smith's dedication. That came from the committee. So if any one of you saw the pictures and all that good stuff, Coach Smith was involved with that. So we want Mr. Churchwell to be involved with what he would like to have. There may be some other stuff he may not know anything about, but we're wanting to do that. Now, what we do in the committee is anything that we have, we bring it back to the school. We don't want to do anything that does not involve the current school students. Just to let you know that now. So that's why when we work, we don't have a reunion band, everybody graduated. We have a band with the students here. So we involve them. So when we have dedication, we also want to involve the current students with what we're doing. So with that being said, we're looking at having the dedication here at Whites Creek, hopefully in the theater. My dream was, Mr. Churchwell is a musician, and we're all musicians because of him, that we have some type of performance, a musical performance in the theater. We have this beautiful school. We want everybody to see how beautiful this school is. So we'll have some type of performance with some students that was here way back then, now, whatever. However we want to set it up, we're going to do that. And then we'll have.
That's your dream.
That's my dream. Well, we're working on it. And then we'll have a dinner or whatever in the cafeteria. Okay? I have Whites Creek people anybody that's gonna be involved with this will be somebody from Whites Creek. So whoever's doing food, decoration, whatever, it's gonna be a Whites Creek thing. Okay? And we have plenty of them out there that are professionals that can do that. Now, the date is gonna be pretty much either the Thursday night before homecoming, which I really like to do it the Thursday night, so when we walk in here Friday for homecoming, this wing will already be officially dedicated. But we might have to do it that Saturday. We wanna do it that weekend because we will have all the band members here anyway, marching Friday night. Okay, so we wanna try to make it around that time. Plus, we also have to have Mayor Berry, which will come and do the official dedication, on her calendar. So it depends on which day she can come to be here to do the dedication.
It also depends on what Dr. Bailey says as far as.
He's on the committee with me.
School calendar. too.
Yeah, he's on the committee with me,
Does he know
so,
about that?
yes, we've already discussed it. So that would be the timeframes that we're looking at. So we wanna do it in the evening time, and invite the students and do all that. So that's the dream. Now, from there, we will take it, and, I mean, we're the committee, the ones that's gonna show up and work hard, and we're gonna work on getting it the way Mr. Churchwell wants it. So whatever he wants added to it, or if he says, I don't even want that at all, well, then that's fine. But anything that he would like added, any people that he would like invited to attend. You were here from Mr. Coach Smith.
Oh, yeah, Coach Smith.
Yeah, and all the dignitaries were here. But it's gonna be a different brand because this is gonna be a little bit more, like I said, performance, because I think he deserves that. But if you want something different, you can let us know and we can do that too, so.
I'll leave it up to you all. Of course, I want my family invited.
Of course.
Which is friends too. The main thing, people.
Okay.
I don't want anything elaborate. Coach Smith was very nice, but I don't have any control over it. I'll leave it up to you. That's fine. The instrumental piece is gonna be interesting. But I look forward to it. You know, if y'all can pull that off.
We can pull that out.
And
Well,
nothing to play
and it
with
may
for
be
a concert.
individual. It may be some individuals.
Make it medley.
If we're performing on that Friday night, of course, we'll be rehearsing already prior to. So, you know, it would be able to play some things, you know, probably one of the pieces gonna play on Friday night, you know, play on Thursday night. So, that's, I don't see a problem if everybody's up to par, everybody's playing, and we already got rehearsals going on, so that shouldn't be an issue. I see what you're saying. I didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that are that were in the band that are professionals now.
Yeah, sure.
Well, no, we have a
And we're
lot.
spanning 30-something
Over the
years.
span of, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without
I mean,
doubt.
you know,
You got about
Pick a
three-
person every year.
three people still playing.
playing and singing, because it's a performance, so we might have
You know,
singing
so-
groups or whatever
but
too.
The thing about it is,
Yeah.
and I know you, baby, I know.
Yeah, we do.
She gonna roll the control. If she can, but, you know, my thing is, and I'm gonna be quiet after this, that everybody should be up on their acts prior to, us performing on that Friday night, so that's.
Oh, yeah.
The generation of energy, the synergy and energy that has been perpetuated since the performance, as Jerry mentioned, the superintendent has been tremendous, truly tremendous. I didn't know we were in the paper. I know we made the paper. I don't get the paper, but I'm gonna have to go back and find the paper so I can read that. It was on the news.
Yeah.
It was on the news too. That's great. You know, as I was driving up this morning, if y'all look at the campus, how beautiful the campus looks.
Mhm.
It looks like a golf course out here. I mean, I was just impressed. It looked better, it looked better now than it did when we were here. It really does.
Mhm.
Dr. Bailey and his staff done an outstanding job. And also, the board now sees the need to take care of Whites Creek.
Right.
You see all those trash cans out there and all that trash in it?
Mhm.
We're working on different wings down here, and the front of the school, and the air conditioning unit is finally working like it's supposed to. You know, it's overdue, and I'm glad to see it happen. But I appreciate you all being in this morning. As Jerry mentioned, I don't know if many of you mentioned Spurl Drive, we marching up there.
Mhm.
You still got the full.
No, no.
Spurl Drive marching, I got his mother, that was her 90th birthday.
Oh.
wow.
So I was invited to that, so I came over to Vandy to celebrate her night.
That's wonderful.
Jerry, have you any itinerary or any thoughts as far as times for rehearsal?
So that's what we kind of getting ready to get into now.
Okay.
All right. So everybody's kind of heard the idea of what we're going to be doing with celebration and dedication ceremony for Mr. Churchwell, all right? So make sure you go ahead and start planning. We're going to make sure we officially get the word out. If you don't know, Mr. Bonner back there is our audio, video, media extraordinaire, so he'll be getting this out on Facebook and different medias as well. People wanted it periscoped and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna be okay, all right? We'll have that ready for next time, all right? But we'll get the word out. But what I want to do, Mr. Freeman, we're working in conjunction with Mr. Freeman. And so one of the first things, again, I want you all to think about, Mr. Freeman, and you all know that we don't operate, the band didn't operate without having funds. If you remember back in the day, we had candid fundraisers and all kind of fundraisers because there was a need, whether it was to get uniforms or whatever the case is. That need still exists today, but what is happening is that back in the day, we had two-parent support. Majority of us had two-parent support. You only ran across one or two people that had one-parent support or didn't have any support at all. And Mr. Freeman is in a bigger boat because now a lot of his kids that he's bringing on, they have one parent support or no support at all. A lot of those kids are coming to school on riding the city bus because parents can't get them, or they have to stay and catch the city bus, go across town and go home, where we had people picking us up, or you could depend on people to ride with, right? So he needs support. And last year, we were able to help support the band with transportation. We were a little behind in helping that. We had committed to it, but this year we're gonna do it differently. Like I said, once we get everybody in, we start dedicating the rehearsals. We're gonna make sure that we can be a financial blessing to this band, all right? It doesn't negate what we do for the school, but you know, there's a need for 30 kids and some things that they can have, and we can provide that. We've been blessed. I mean, we've been blessed, all right? So now it's time to make sure we hand it down. So that's what this thing is all about. It's not necessarily reliving Friday Night Lights, but it's trying to make a commitment back to 30, 40, 50, 60. We're gonna go ahead and claim it. The 70 kids, you know, in the band and become mentors to them, become music mentors to them, become financial blessings to them. Does that make sense?
Right.
We're gonna claim 100.
We'll claim it. We'll claim it. In Jesus' name. All right? So with that being said, what we're gonna ask Mr. Freeman to do, I'm gonna call him Dr. Freeman because we're gonna call that into position. He gets on the way. You know, if there's anything that you wanna say, that you wanna impart to us, because we're gonna be the mouthpiece for you as we continue to move forward. So, you got anything you wanna express to the man or to the world? Because like I said, we're gonna put it out there to everybody to hear.
Yeah, you just mainly said, these kids don't have support. You was talking about church level would put you out if you didn't come to band camp. Yeah, I can't do that, because my kids gotta work, they gotta, pay for food, pay for clothes to come to school. Parents make enough to keep the house running, basically. So, like their uniforms that they have to wear to school, they gotta pay for. Their food they gotta eat, they gotta pay for. So, anything that we can help them get without coming out of pocket would be nice.
And I see that as the minority, not the majority. You do have some kids who, when I have seen the baby, your parents have pretty good support.
Yeah, I got parent support, but financially they can't help. They'll come carry water, they'll come, provide supervision, make sure the kids are acting correctly.
But I know some kids didn't have shoes.
Yeah, like some kids can't buy $30 boots.
Didn't have marching shoes, so, we need to be about helping with that too. He didn't have symbols, his symbols,
You want me to go get
his
it?
symbols don't play. The symbols don't play, his symbols are crack. Crack symbols don't even resonate. But the young men do the best they can with what they got. You know, when I went to the state tournament last year, well, he made such an impression on the people there. I mean, all that brass up there, he's done a fantastic job. We picked the right person. The Lord directed us in the right way to get the right man for this job. And he's done a fantastic, he's grown into it. He's still growing into it. Yes, he will be Dr. Freeman someday. He ain't gonna leave here. The point is that he's done a fantastic and outstanding job, and I want to continue to support him. It's unfortunate that we had to wait till homecoming last year to get up on a ladder and pass the hat, my hat, my new hat. Get right forward today. Hopefully we can do that in advance. But he's in grade, the summer's called $400 each summer, 3 to 4.
Like decent pair.
With
6
$400.
for a good pair, but 4 for a decent pair.
4 for each pair. That's right. Zillion, you want Zillion or you want the,
Zildjian's are close to 6, but the savings.
the other one is the Sabian.
Those are 4 something.
Get Sabian symbols for him, so. I'm willing to put $400. And I know that, I'll talk with several other former percussionists too, see Wendell Sherrill and others, Randall and other people, see if they'd be willing to put $400. So we can do that too.
We can.
We can do
So
that.
I have a question.
And we got now, excuse me, has the alumni gotten their charter yet?
No, still working on it.
Colin, Ron is still working on that. That's very important because that, you're really not to be functioning as a school entity without that, but I'm glad that.
We could do certain things, but.
Yeah, certain things.
Certain
And I know
things.
Dr. Bailey's directing that.
And I mean, you can already say something, but, the things I know that work very well is, especially with us, I mean, it's 15 in here, we're gonna start an adopt a kid. People like to be in with it. I'm gonna adopt one of the, I know who I'm gonna adopt, whichever one, whatever, we'll adopt a kid or adopt a section, okay? You know, and we do it that way. But if it's, we got 30 kids, 30 people, me and Kathy can clothe one child, I mean, or
We all
whatever.
do that.
Yeah, we're gonna start an adopt a kid program and get that
What
going.
do we, you said per child, that you got a per child, because I mean, the uniform, you already got coats and stuff.
Yeah, we got uniform, but these are their travel suits.
Can I have one?
This is the bag, and on the front. On the front, they have their name.
I want one of those.
That would be.
That's what's up.
How much were those?
A little over $100.
Just because the back is customized and their name's on the front too.
So,
And
but is it just that the jacket was 100?
No, the whole suit.
So who did that for you? Stuff like that, a little overpriced to us, I'd buy one.
I bought one too.
Yeah,
And we sell a
exactly.
little over the amount, and the extra amount goes to the band.
Think about it, you have to
See.
do that, because you don't want to get caught with the code. Do advance sale, let people see.
Oh, yeah,
it,
yeah.
Order in advance.
Right.
That way guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't get it unless they order.
But so the question is, who's gonna collect the money?
Jerry.
That was
Y'all
gonna
been
be
in
my
the door.
question.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, we both, we got the account, right?
eh,
Did you?
so I still got it open and I'm still paying for it, like it's in my name.
Okay.
And,
Well,
it's coming out of my other checking account to keep
I
it.
have all, I did the class reunion 85, and I still have all their money in my account.
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
It's not a lot, $500, but it's still, you know, but, we need to open an account and we need 3 signatures on it.
yeah,
Well, you can do that,
yeah.
as a separate entity.
We could say
Alumni
the,
Association,
Yeah.
White Street Band Alumni.
right, we could say, Friends of Whites Creek Band
Yeah.
instead of,
Yeah, don't put
that's
Alumni
how,
Association. That's right.
that's
Free.
how the School of the Arts does it. They raise everything, they have auctions, they have just all kind of Nashville Arts, School of the Arts.
Well,
The
that's-
school-
they can do that.
And they said, but they don't say the school's name, they say Friends of.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
any money and everything that they raise, it has nothing to do with the school. So we can be
Well, it
Friends
does.
of Whites Creek Band.
Keep in mind, every time your school is named, it has something to do with the school. I've
Right,
been in this mess a long time,
Right.
so, but my point remains that people trust. Like last year, when we picked up the money, we went to Jerry put it in the account, Jerry
Yeah.
made sure it was brought to Brother Freeman. And I also want us to congratulations to Jerry. He has been appointed pastor in one of the churches here today.
All right now.
And also he's moving up in his company too. Sure. So God has blessed all of you. I saw a T4 out there. I said, wait a minute, we got all got different kind of cars. Praise the Lord, bless the Lord. But here's the one, and I'm gonna finish out here. I'll say this. Here's one of the beautiful things about this band, that we stick together. People stay together. Her vision of what we're doing is still living. And to have 100 of us or more in here playing and performing on that night, homecoming night, there's never been, talking about electrical situation, that would be more electrical than anything. I mean, both sides would be totally full.
East travels.
Both sides would be totally full.
Yeah.
People on both, of course, our side would be full.
Oh, yeah.
But some of our people be on the east side. The east would be bringing the crowd too. So, you know, that, I'm looking forward, I really am looking forward to that. My son's son Robert said he had never seen me conduct a band before. He never seen me conduct. And he was so fired up that night, he started talking about stepping himself. He was wired up.
Yeah.
His brother left early, and he didn't get a chance to go. His brother left early, he didn't get to see it. He was wired up too, but Rob was more wired up than anything. But, you know, I'm really appreciative of the honor that bestowed upon me at the name of the music week. I have to be truly humbled by that, and very appreciative of it too. But all of this is reflective of you all. This was not just a church well, this was all my children, us together, and parents who made this band what it is. And it is an icon, an icon in Nashville. The first high school band to have an alumni band that performed in a major entity, major situation, ceremony, TSU's 100-year celebration. No one else has done that. Now,
Right.
Pearl, I gotta give Sevilla his kudos, and he was part of us too.
Mm-hmm, sure was.
He went
Yes,
on
sir.
and carried on that band together and walked around the street. Made a good show. Now, it's not like we did, but I mean, I'm proud of it. So, did I win?
Well, he's come over every
I don't know what the show went through.
So good question. Because we know you right, Exactly. So we're really gonna leave the majority of that up to you. We definitely want Mr. Churchwell to be able to conduct maybe the slow piece or something like that.
Concert piece.
The concert piece. But whatever theme that you have, I think what we ended up doing last time, you know, with the previous band director, we just fell into what they were doing. Like, we even did the dances that they were doing. We didn't know what they were doing, but we some of the music was kind of like, oh, really? Is that what they say? Had to go back and listen. It was like, but I mean, but we did it because it wasn't like us coming taking over. It was us being a part of it. Right. So
We appreciate your openness too.
yes.
Well, we do theme shows, so, like our first show was Michael Jackson show.
Oh, see.
Last year, our first show was a Chris Brown show. You got a favorite artist? So,
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
favorite
So
artist?
for the concert piece,
But
For the show.
the theme, he's gonna be a theme, so
Uh,
that would be cool, we could theme out.
you know, I heard a piece the other day, and I have to write stuff down because I forget.
Me too.
But anyway, yeah, Earth, Wind and Fire is one piece, one group that we can utilize as a downfield piece. One thing, it was another one, gosh, what, it was, Uptown Funk.
Bruno Mars.
You can't march down the field of Uptown Funk, it's got too much stuff in it. But it's a piece that, you know, we can play in the stands, it's a stand piece. And if you're gonna do a concert piece, I would prefer, the piece we did as a concert piece was very nice. I got the name of it. We don't need to do that again. But anything that Whitney Houston was saying, you know, the one that she sang about, oh yeah, my God, the religious song that she did before she passed, that's a good one too. I'd also like to do. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I like the Holy, Holy, Holy as a concert piece. These are, as Jerry said, these are dire times for us. I think anything we can do to inspire people to go beyond themselves would be great. So if we put Holy, 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 would be good. But I can't, I don't know if you all remember the name of the tune with the use it.
Can I throw a theme out there?
Good boy.
Theme to those who have passed. Throw an Earth, Wind and Fire, and that'll celebrate Maurice White, Prince, Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
Nat Nicole, and Luther Vandross,
Well, if you do,
or something like that. Just
well, you
something-
got, it's
we
a
think
lot.
about all these
Yeah.
artists, and they all gone.
That's a potpourri.
A medley of some
Yeah,
songs.
yeah. You gotta do a lot of you gotta go different keys for that.
Right.
Yeah. We gotta put a Prince in
You'd be lucky to get the B flat out.
Oh, I'm sorry, can I do a disclaimer? I'm not playing.
Oh, see, come on,
I'm
man.
organized. I'm organized.
You see, the queen on the scene, you have to play your acts. too.
I will be wherever y'all need me to be.
Well, we need you to be
Not
there.
march. I can't march.
I don't need you to march. If you can't march, we need you to play.
All right, man.
Play. Would you be surprised what you could do with that adrenaline hit you, okay?
Yes.
Everybody in here can attest to that. For them to see, your mother see you march one more time, girl, what you talking about? And those who know you, you know, so you guys, we all had to get in shape. And it's good to get in shape, you know. All of us got in shape. I looked at the film of us marching at TSU. I mean, people got in shape for that. People that did not march since up was a pup. So, you know, so it's good. It was a positive thing from the standpoint of for physical exercise. So, but then we need you to march, okay? We need you to be, if you're the queen on the scene, we need you to march too, okay? So, but you look at that possibility of that, because you got a lot of transitions in those things. But But look at I'll give you the piece that Whitney Houston sang, the Rhythms piece that she sang, I'll give it to you. Love you all, thank you.
Thank you for
Check it
coming.
out.
Kick down.
All right, so Ms. Freeman, you think that's something you can work with? I know you can, but, and you can, if you can make the majority of the song whole notes, I think everybody will be. Just kidding, I think everybody's up for it, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to White Spirit Spirit?
So what we'll have to do, we're gonna definitely make sure that we work in conjunction with Mr. Freeman, I keep on saying Dr. Freeman, we'll call him Dr. Freeman. We'll work on, as he writes the music, like I said, they're gonna be starting with their shows, but as quick as he can write the music. I think last time we got it out on our Facebook page, all the different parts where people could go out and print it out. People who were here or whether they were out of town, they could get the music as well. And then the practice times, we would definitely have to probably think about working on Saturdays like this, like we did before, because it'll be hard for people to get off work, change hours and stuff like that. This is not about forcing people to do anything different in their regular schedule, but to dedicate some time back to the school, back to our kids, right?
Right.
And then we'll have fun doing it. I think we worked hard last time. Everybody, we really worked hard last time we did this. And, we're encouraging everybody to start working out now. I'll start my workout regimen starting Monday. We got on a couple more. So Monday, my goal is to get high school skinny like him, right? So next year this time, so we have to start working out. So whether it's every Saturday coming out and working, running the track, running some steps, walking some steps until we can get our breaths up and stuff like that. If we want to bring our axes out and we just practice outside doing sectionals, just to start getting our breathing techniques together, going over scales and stuff like that, until we can narrow down the schedule. Anything that we can do on an individual basis or starting group basis is going to be beneficial until we can get music and start practicing. So that will be the message that I'm definitely sending out to TV land, since you're recording. Start practicing now. Go rent an instrument. The school, go ahead and take a picture of the instruments right here. We don't have instruments for you to come and use, all right? There may be some,
Do we
There in the
have
back. Oh, we
any?
got some in the back. We got a few more instruments in the back, but we can't guarantee that because they're gonna be allotted to the school first. But we'll just have to see what that looks like, all right? But Dr. Freeman said we do have a few instruments, but, go out and rent an instrument. Don't wait until, the time of performance to see do we have an instrument. Go out and rent one that doesn't cost that much to rent each week or rent per month for an instrument, all right? Also be thinking about this, we talked about how we support our young folks from a financial standpoint. So a couple of things that are right now on the market. What we did last year, we helped support travel, because the school no longer pays for buses to go back and forth to different schools, the away games, plus the TSU games. So, the TSU parade. So we're gonna help financially again. That's gonna be roughly $1,200, all right? So I want everyone to be thinking about this. So when you think about how can I contribute, be thinking on this scale. What is my part of $1,200 for this or that?
Now, are you doing individual or going to be section-wise?
So that's something that we can come together and think about. We got time, but just know $1,200 for transportation is what he needs.
That's for the year.
What the band needs, right?
For the year?
For the year.
Oh, okay.
That's just for the
So,
games.
so even along that line, if you have a budget or something, I'm this process person, and I know when I was out of town, there's a lot of people that wanna be involved. I'm like, where do I send the money, where do I get the money to?
Right.
But again, we're talking about over the span of 30 years, so that's minute money. It's like almost everybody can give $5 and you'll have the next 3-4 years.
Mhm.
But if we visualize and see, okay, it takes 10,000 for the year even, that's really not a lot for how many people graduated or were part of the band.
Right.
So making sure that whatever platform we use, have that available for those people that maybe can't come or whatever,
Sure.
but they still wanna be a part.
Well, we'll definitely get our GoFundMe page back, or
Okay.
how we did that last time. I think we did PayPal
Yeah.
We had a few donations that came in from it, and then I went ahead and closed it down. But we'll get that back
Y'all
up
close
in
it down
conjunction.
this time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, just cause.
people
yeah.
might give later. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. No, and that's true enough, but we'll get all of that work back up. We'll make sure that everyone has an address, the email address where they can send comments, concerns as well. So start practicing now, go rent your instrument now, go lose weight now.
Where can you rent an instrument from,
You
Jerry?
can go to Sam Ash Music
Instrument.
to rent. That's the biggest one that I know. Music and Arts in Hendersonville. For those folks that live here in town.
He's not open anymore.
Hughley's is not open anymore.
But there's a place on West End, I can't think
I'm
of
sure it's
the
a
name of the
now.
place
Google
on
it.
West End. Am I
The
correct?
Music
City
Is it
USA.
the
Band. And like I say, some of you all may just want to get an instrument. You can go to a pawn shop. My first saxophone
That was donated.
was $75
Yeah.
at Highest Pawn Shop in Madison, right? And as a matter of fact, 2 generations used it. I passed it off to another kid
That's what I'm
who
saying.
used
That's
it.
what I do with mine.
All right.
And maybe when they finish with it, they can donate it to the
Yeah.
school.
Donate.
They don't want it.
All right. So be thinking about those key things. Does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry. Also, when we come back together, and we're gonna give you the dates and we're gonna come back together, but the idea of adopt a kid is a great idea, whether we do it by sections and we
Okay.
collectively section saxophone, say we're gonna adopt the saxophone section, trumpets. We don't have a huge conglomerate of clarinets, so that means y'all pick up the sousaphones, right?
We still got.
Yeah, zero clarinets,
I
any
heard
flute
several
players?
more students.
No flute players, everybody's brass,
70 more
I got,
students.
two piccolos.
Are you still teaching students when they come in to learn the music?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
Everybody,
and that's something. Do they have music class in school anymore? Do you have any students in those classes?
it's the feeders that's the problem.
Yeah.
Feeders the problem.
Yeah.
They're not learning-
That's another thing we're working
they're
on
not
with the
learning
committee,
anything.
is feeder schools.
No.
Yeah, because we all learned in the 5th, 6th grade.
Started
They're not.
in the fifth.
Right.
They're not.
We couldn't-
You couldn't write.
You couldn't write.
You couldn't even get in. And they had trials, so you couldn't even get in.
The late prop staff.
Exactly.
All right, so we're gonna wind this down. Let me recap one more time, just so we can make sure the folks out in TV land have it. We're gonna get together a schedule in conjunction with Mr. Freeman's schedule when he can open up the band room. More than likely, they're gonna be on Saturdays. So we're asking everyone go out, YouTube charts, how to finger your instrument, whatever the case is. Buy you some reeds. Don't go ask Tim Nichols for reeds. All right? Tim supplied everybody in the saxophone section with reeds, right? Lavaz. No,
Hey, the good stuff, man.
good stuff. But go out and start getting your equipment. Perk Patrol, go out and start getting your straps. Pull out your straps, make sure you got sticks. And again, because we're talking about giving back, there may be some kids that we pick up that don't have them. Hey, think about picking up an extra set of sticks or something like that. Like I said, because we're all brass, maybe some valve oil or something, But be thinking along those lines as we think about adopting kids. It's about giving back. You saw the uniforms a little bit earlier that the band is gonna have. We're gonna help get those. Roughly $125, $130. We're gonna help those kids get those, all right? We're definitely gonna get the address back up, whether we do a GoFundMe page for those folks that can't march anymore, that may be out of town, that wanna give. We're gonna open that back up and we'll get that information out as well. Along with Mr. Freeman working on the theme of the show for that night in conjunction with Mr. Churchwell's dedication, all right? Yes, ma'am.
Make sure if you are not on the Facebook page, it's Whites Creek Reunion Band. You need to join that.
Look at the camera.
Hi. If you are not on the Whites Creek Reunion page on Facebook, please get on it and make sure everybody you know that's not in on there. And my group, which is you went to Whites Creek, there's over 900 people in that group that went to Whites Creek. Get on there too, because when I start putting stuff out about adopting students and stuff, I'm not just talking about adopting from us. I'm going to all of Whites Creek, okay? We need more people. So make sure you're in there too, because anything goes on with Whites Creek, I put it out there, so.
And just for FYI, I believe, is it at the end of the month when the Whites Creek, community party?
23rd.
The 23rd, so that's next week.
Yes.
Next week, there's a community party here. What time is it? Because you're supposed to be recording.
Yeah, no,
10 to 3?
I'll be out of town.
10 to 12.
12, and it's on the page. I
It's
just
on
posted it last
the
night.
page, but 10 to 12 next week here at Whites Creek. A lot of people coming out, help to support the school, all right? All right, anything else? Everybody good? We got,
Same shirts, are we doing?
I like how you said
Oh, I
that.
hope it's this one.
So we're gonna be working out, Don Joe, this is for you, because I know you wanted to be a part. This is consistent with what we need to wear. Most people had this. We just really need to go back with the same one, but Mr. Joe, Don Joe, we'll talk to you, give you an opportunity, and see where we are with that, all right? But we'll have these coming up a little bit later, because it's not gonna take us long to get those shirts, all right? Now, just keep in mind, if we price those shirts a little bit higher, we're only doing that so we can get a little more money from you, so we can support our kids. So don't get, if someone says, why am I paying $15 for a $5 shirt? Because you're gonna be a blessing to somebody else. That's real, okay? We got majorettes represented. We got flutes, piccolos represented. We got clarinets represented. Sax side represented. We got the low bass and trombones represented in the house. All right. So it's just a few of us. We want to pack the whole band room out like we used to. All right. So peace out. We'll have that information out to you shortly. So hang loose. Bye.